Hello and welcome to Todd Rolls Dice, where we're going to take a look at Preview 2 of the Chaos Knights Codex. This one is focusing on Crusade, and will let you take your big and slightly smaller Stompy Knights on tour across the galaxy. Entreat with powerful allies and earn awesome abilities in the new Chaos Knights Crusade. Chaos Knights households are fiercely independent, but they prefer to take on the galaxy with support from powerful benefactors. Working alongside these forces as equals really isn't their style, however. So the new Crusade rules for Codex Chaos Knights lets you exert your control and extract powerful boons from those who would benefit from your might. Knights just crushing sisters, as all things should be. To keep their dark domain running, fallen nobles must amass power from three distinct entities. The Idolaters, as fallen sacrosancts are known, are responsible for keeping the knights themselves in working order, and these are the first port of call for pilots hoping to attach some profane technology to their steed. War dog packs are a valuable asset to be used and abused by their superiors, thrown into enemy guns or else sent to perform menial battlefield objectives while the true nobles earn their infamy. And the dark gods themselves, whose favour can grant powerful boons or malign curses in equal measure, if only a noble has the will to bargain. So we have dark gods, idolater influence, and war dog domination. Maintaining strong ties with all three power bases is a balancing act of titanic proportions, as a Chaos Knight's influence wanes over time, and those not brought to heel will gladly take their services elsewhere. Winning games and completing agendas are the only ways to exert control, but the rewards for your efforts are exceptional. I quite like how they're building this up. This really, it sounds a bit bookkeepy, but also Crusade is about narrative, it's about building a story and creating a force that is built around how you want to play, and picking and choosing from elements that you really want to do over things that you might not want to do. So this all sounds really, really cool. We have, it looks like 5 tiers of bond: hostile, distrustful, wary, cautious alliance, and aligned interests. Each power base grants its own kind of battle traits for your units to acquire instead of the usual options. The Idolaters offer upgrades for your knights: legs, arms, torso, and head. That's awesome. Not only is that hobby kit bash potential to build this stuff onto your knight if you want to, but also just the idea of it, you're actually building your knight into different ways to do different things, so it's much more personal, much more customizable. I love this. And each location has 3 regular upgrades to pick from. Cool. Flesh metal servo tendons sounds about as grimdark as you're gonna get. Grant your knight an extra turn of speed, for instance. Yeah, let's just get some flesh metal servo tendons. Yeah, great idea. There are 2 more upgrades reserved for those who have paid special attention to their influence, such as Damned Construction, which boosts armor saves. So a couple here: flesh metal servo tendons. That's not something I thought I'd be saying today. They add 2 inches to the movement characteristic of your model, and you can reroll advance rolls made for it. That's pretty nice. Whereas Damned Construction, only 1 model in your order of battle can have this Idolater's offering. When your Idolater influence standing level is aligned interests, so the top level, this model has a save characteristic of 2+. What's a knight's normal save characteristic? I'm guessing that's a pretty nice upgrade, but a save of 2 up is always nice anyway, but yeah, I don't know how good that is. I need a reference. Domination over the War Dogs unlocks access to specialist hunting packs, ad hoc formations that can benefit from shared abilities and as battle traits. How many War Dogs can you fit in a pack depends on how friendly you are with them. When one member has acquired a hunt tactic, its special secondary effect is shared with the whole pack once they become ascended, which requires one of them to have killed something in that game. Okay, again a little bit bookkeepy, but also it probably fits the vibe of bargaining with patrons and creating alliances, and yeah, this is all really cool. I love how narrative they've gone with this stuff for certainly the later codexes in this edition. Hidden Stalkers is a great choice for longer ranged war dogs who want to dance at the edge of their enemy's range, granting the benefit of cover and a facsimile of the lone operative rule. Brute Tactics is the complete opposite, extending your War Dog's invulnerable save to include melee combat and letting them dole out mortal wounds simply by charging into the fight. Wow. So a couple of the hunt tactics: Hidden Stalkers. This model has the benefit of cover, just generally nice. In addition, if this model's hunting pack is Ascendant, this model can only be targeted by ranged attacks if the attacking model is within 18 inches. Yeah, it's useful, it's definitely useful, especially if you've got one that's purely or a hunting pack that's focused on big guns and laying down suppressive fire. Brute Tactics, this model has a 5-up invul save against melee attacks. In addition, if this model's hunting pack is Ascendant, each time this model ends a charge move, select one enemy unit within engagement range of it and roll a d6. On a 2-up, that unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. It's not quite tank shock, but it's a little bit of extra damage as you're going in, ploughing through probably weaker, smaller enemies. I like it. Finally, you could sign a Pact of Damnation, which, given the track record for the Chaos Gods, certainly entails no existential risk whatsoever. We're kidding, of course. You get to inflict a random battle scar on yourself that lasts until you break the pact with a special requisition, but the boons you get in return make it profoundly worth the cost. So there is a negative to doing this. This is really clever. Those with the wary or cautious levels of trust will pick a minor boon like Wrathful Aura, which fully doubles their objective control characteristic. However, if you've gained enough favour to reach aligned interests, you can pick one of the top shelf options instead, like a Brazen Heart, which can bring your Titanic champion back from the brink. So, minor dark boons, Wrathful Aura doubles the model's objective control characteristic. It's not terrible. Certainly for knights, it's probably actually quite a nice thing to have. Major dark boons, Brazen Heart. The first time this model is destroyed, roll 1d6 at the end of the phase. On a 3-up, set this model back up on the battlefield as close as possible to where it was destroyed and not within engagement range of any enemy models with 7 wounds remaining. So on a 3-up, you come back with 7 wounds remaining, but if you're killed in shooting, you may have to face a charge. And yeah, I don't know, I don't mind this stuff. I'd love to know what the other ones are, because while I like that as a concept, you might not get a huge amount of benefit from it. But hey, look, 7 wounds compared to how many knights have, it might be a little low. It would be nice if it just came back on half wounds, because you've got to really level up to get that, so make it really good. And it is on a 3-up, so there is a chance to fail it, but then that's just the Dark Gods, isn't it? Yeah, I don't mind it. I'd like to know what the others are though. You also get the usual stock of Crusade relics to earn 3 new Crusade badges to achieve across the course of your campaign. You can begin your Crusade when Codex Chaos Knights goes up for pre-order this weekend, and if you want to bulk out your order with War Dog packs, take advantage of their hunt tactics, make sure to pick up the Hound Pack Lance Battle Force, which is the big box with 7 War Dogs in, if you want to build into War Dogs. War Dogs also have an individual detachment, much like the bigger knights. If you just want to focus on the big boys, they have their own detachment, and then there's another 2 in the book as well. Obviously this isn't all of the Crusade stuff, but I really think they have found in the last few months, certainly the last 3 or 4 books, they've really found their stride with Crusade. The Space Wolf stuff sounded amazing. This stuff sounds really good. The Armageddon Crusade expansion book, I believe that's actually releasing officially this weekend as well. That is sounding really, really clever as well. So Crusade is really getting some nice additional stuff, and the codexes themselves are getting some cool little narrative inclusions and different ways that you can build out a force to make it more personal to you. I like all of this. I'd like to see more. There is always going to be other minor boons, major boons that you'll be able to select that better fit. They never really show you the good stuff. They show you the goodish stuff, but they never show you the real good stuff in these articles. Yeah, I like it. I also think it sounds like we're not actually going to get any more articles on Chaos Knights, which is a little bit weird. We normally get 3 articles for the new Codex releases, but then they are really trying to get stuff out at the minute, I think, so maybe they're just speeding through. But I think all of this sounds pretty exciting. Chaos Knights players, if you're into Crusade, does this entice you to carry on your current Crusade if you've got one going? Or maybe even start a new Crusade? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.